You're listening to Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon. Hey, what's up, Internet? This is Brandon.
And this is Alex.
And we're Filmmakers.
And we're also drinking bourbon.
Yes, we are. Cheers, buddy. It's good to have you back.
Oh, my God. It feels great.
Bourbon smells tasty. So good.
Tastes like roaming
Lovely.
buffaloes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff. So, where in the world have you been? What? Seriously, what happened? Like, I literally was getting depressed. Like, I physically was getting depressed. We didn't do two shows for like 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
We literally didn't. Now, first off, we've been busy. Both you and I.
I have. I don't know about you.
I've been busy too.
Yeah.
But in general,
that's part of the show is I need to figure out what you've been doing.
Dude, it's crazy. But the fact that like the 2 weeks that I did the show without you, or the 1 week, whatever it was,
were the most depressing 2 weeks of your life?
Well, I mean, it wasn't as depressing with Adam, you know, and well, we had Michael too. Michael was on the show 1 week. So I mean, the guests are nice, but there's a part of my heart that's only it has a Alex-shaped hole that only you can fill.
I know.
You know what I mean?
just carried that with me to Louisville.
Yeah.
That Alex-shaped hole.
Yeah, that's why you didn't return any of my calls.
I know. I was a busy man.
So all that aside, I'm glad to have you back.
Glad to be back.
You know, because it's just not the same without you.
No doubt.
Clearly.
We started the show.
yeah, it's your show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you were gone because you were filming. You were on the crew.
Yes.
In the camera department.
Yep.
For a feature film.
Yes.
Shot in Louisville, correct?
Correct.
So get us up to
Affirmative.
speed. What was the film? Who was in it? Tell us as much as you're allowed to tell us.
I mean,
to set the stage, and then we're gonna dig in.
Sure.
I got lots of questions because I literally haven't talked to you.
I know.
Like I have no clue what you did.
It's been a month.
So we're doing this live. Like our friendship and this show, the lines are so blurred.
It's unfurling before your ears.
It's so blurred.
Yeah.
People are they're a part of it now.
They are.
All right.
So, all right. Hi, my name's Alex. Welcome to the show. The film was called Mom and Dad, and it was
Kid show.
Yeah. Kind of, actually, oddly enough. It's a horror thriller.
Okay.
It was filming in Louisville. I was on the camera department.
All right.
I was B camera operator.
Which is a city in Kentucky.
It is a city in Kentucky.
Home of the Kentucky Derby.
Known for its bourbon.
Yeah. Excellent.
And its food scene's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get to that later. So it's a horror thriller film. I was B camera operator.
All right.
And sometimes splinter unit director of photography.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're depending. We'll see how it all shakes out. But yeah, there were a bunch of sequences where I got sent off on my own to light and shoot inserts and stuff. So
that's awesome. So what kind of film are we talking about here? Is this like a small budget, no name? Is it mid-range? What are we dealing with?
All I got to do is throw out 2 words here, and you'll know. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Nicolas Cage.
Nice. And you can't go wrong with that.
That's all you got to know.
At some level, that's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Name recognition, you know.
I mean, every time.
Yeah, so a horror thriller film starring Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair.
That's so awesome.
Of Cruel Intentions fame.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
That's awesome, dude. So this film, I mean, was it a huge budget, like blockbuster style, or you know what was the world you guys were living in?
I think the consensus was the $6-ish million range.
Okay.
So in general terms, pretty small.
Sure, yeah.
But larger than a typical indie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how many days was the? It
was a 24-day schedule.
You filmed a feature.
A full feature.
In 24 days.
Full feature in 24 days.
Roughly $6 million.
With $6 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and how big of a crew are we talking about? The overall, let's break down the teams from,
Sure.
You can ballpark. It doesn't have to be specific. Obviously, you'll know more about camera department than anybody else.
Well, okay, so in camera department, you had the DP, you have the A operator, B operator, A first, B first, A second, B second, and the DIT.
Okay.
So that was our whole camera team. Was that 8 people? Something like that?
Something like that.
Grip department, 6 or 7, electric 6 or 7, production 10, art department 3 or 4. Yeah, so I don't know, 50, 60 person crew, something like that. Yeah.
Plus talent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of big. kind of big.
Yeah, not bad.
But
so everybody was hustling.
Yeah.
Nobody was sitting around smoking.
Oh, there's plenty of that.
A lot of smoking.
There's a lot
of sitting around.
All you
got
to talk is the grip department, and there's a lot of smoking. Plenty of cigarettes. Not by me, but by them, yes. It was nuts, man.
Yeah.
I don't even you got to ask me questions.
Yeah, no, we'll get into it. So I think
I don't know where to start.
Yeah, and I think that I'm going to try to approach this like the listeners. So
sure,
a lot of people, for some people, it's their dream to be a part of a film with a major talent and big, all that jazz.
It's my dream. It's my dream, Brandon.
Yeah. So my first question is a very broad question: is did the hype of Hollywood, so the Hollywood director, the Hollywood DP, the Hollywood actor, the talent, etc., did the hype of Hollywood? Did it pay off? Was it a thing where you were like, yeah, this is it. This is the big time. How awesome, etc. Or were you left with another impression? Were you wowed by the Hollywood moment of this is the big time, real deal, big talent, da-da-da? Or were you kind of like, all right, this is kind of what I've been doing all along?
Well, for me, that's kind of tough because this isn't my first movie.
Sure.
Right? I mean, I've done movies before. My first film had Val Kilmer and Ving Rhames in it way back in the day. I've worked on stuff with
Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood. I'll be a huckleberry. Who else? Billy Zane. I did a horror film with Billy Zane. I mean, yeah. So I've been around talent before. I've been on big-ish sets before. So this was kind of nothing new. For me, the newest part of it was being in the camera department, being one of the guys actually framing the shots and working with, as you said, a Hollywood director, a decent-sized director who knew what he wanted, but the communication between the operators and the director was key on this.
Yeah.
We were basically setting the
frames. When you're saying director, you're saying director of photography?
No, director.
Director, okay.
Yeah, so the operators and the director would set the frames, and the DP would then light those frames, was basically how it worked. So we had so much say.
In the composition.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
So it was really cool working in that way. That was the new part for me. The whole set aspect and working with talent, leave it or take it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Let me rephrase the question. Was there, I think a lot of people have this romanticized hype about big Hollywood picture.
Yeah.
Did you feel that sense of romanticized hype, or was it just kind of like, this is like every other shoot I'm on?
This was like running around with your head on fire, and trying to find a bucket to put it out. That's kind of how it felt. Nice. There was no romance about it. Okay. It was, we have 24 days to get an entire film in the can. Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
We have huge talent. Nicolas Cage is one of the biggest stars in the world. Everyone knows his name.
Yeah.
We only have so many days with this guy.
Sure.
We got to get it done.
So did you get to have any moments with him? I think you kind of alluded to me on the phone one night at how it was it was a funny moment where you had to, can you talk about that?
What, with the framing thing?
Yeah, you were like...
okay, so it's hard to explain. But as an operator, you're not only are you working with the director to set the frame, but you're also working with the people in front of the lens so they know, okay, what am I shooting?
Sure.
What am I not shooting? How can it go? Where should I lean? Where should I step? Stuff like that. And so, you're sitting there in a really tiny bathroom and you're shooting into a mirror, and in your frame is Nicolas Cage's face.
Right.
And he kind of turns to you, and you see him turn to you in the viewfinder, and you look up from the viewfinder, and oh shit, Nicolas Cage is looking right at me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, are you on my hands? Are you on my face? Are you? Can I have a step here? Will you see my foot?"
And you realize, my God, that's how he is all the time.
He's very energetic and very, I don't mean to be disrespectful in doing my portrayal, but that's him.
Right.
He's himself.
So it's cool to see the the back end side of some of the people you're used to seeing on the screen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you just wonder, like, is that just the character? It's like, no, he
That's
gets
him
hired,
all the
he gets
time.
hired to play himself. You know, he's energetic is the word. He goes and he gets it.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I think it's interesting for those of us not in those moments to kind of hear those stories. I've had a couple, moments, nobody that recognizable, but there is a sense of, I think all of us, no matter what level you're at, even if you're an intern, there's a sense that like when you interact with these people that you associate with like, I've made it, right? There's this sort of like weird moment where you're like, everybody is the same. Like these people are they're just there to do a job. Me. Like
man.
I once bumped into Ice Cube in an elevator.
Yeah.
In Fort Wayne, Indiana. And so he walks in, of course, and I was like,
what the hell are you doing in Fort Wayne?
I was like, Mr. Cube.
Mr. Cube.
But it was just kind of this, I don't know, I think it's funny, like, in film and TV, everybody's hoisted in this sort of otherly world, and it's like, there's this thing of thing of fame. But then at the end of the day, everybody's drinking the same coffee from Craft Table. You know what I mean? Like
no doubt. Yeah.
Well, maybe not everybody, but
they're just people there. They're just doing their job.
Yeah,
and that's what you have to learn.
So who was the DP on this? And what did you learn from him? Because he's been around the block, right?
Yes. So the DP's name was Daniel Pearl, whose initials are DP.
Awesome. Destiny.
So on set, he was always like, how do my parents know? Yeah, on set, everyone just called him DP.
Yeah.
It made sense. He was great. So it's Daniel Pearl, ASC. He's got a few letters after his name, which, says a lot. So it takes a long time to get into that club. And you have to be voted in, you have to be vetted and everything. But he was great. I mean, he had a wealth of knowledge. This guy shot Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he was 23 years old. So you have to think, this is back in the 70s. You have to think he knows something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had all sorts of little tips and tricks and, crazy personality. He acted like a 30-year-old.
Sure.
He had the energy level of someone like me.
Yeah.
And he's 67, 68, whatever he is, crushing it. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what was his style? Was he like a master teacher, sensei, or was he more of a dictator? Like, how did, as the other operators on set, what were your expectations, or did you guys form like a kind of a chemistry? What was that like?
There was definitely a form of chemistry that that was established towards the end. We got along great. I felt me, the A operator, and him got along really well. But as operators, we were mainly working with the director. So there were certain times where DP would have advice on framings, how he liked things to be shown, where we should find our frames from a lighting perspective. He didn't want us to find a frame that was flatly lit. Sure. So you're not going to go stand by a light and find a frame there. Sometimes that is the best frame, and sometimes that's what the director wants, but he would always guide us in a more dramatic sense. He'd be like, oh, okay, go opposite the light, get a backlight, get an edge light, get something like that. So it was great, having another collaborator.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the next question, I think everybody listening is wondering, is what did you film this thing on? What were you guys working with? What was your weapon of choice for 24 days?
Ye old gear questions.
Yeah.
It was Arri Alexa Mini.
Which is like your new favorite camera.
My new favorite. Yeah, we had two of those. A and B were Alexa Minis. Then we had actually a C camera. We didn't have a C operator. We had a C camera, which was a Arri Mira. So the kind of documentary style camera. We filmed on Zeiss Super Speeds.
Yep.
We had a Zeiss lightweight zoom.
Anamorphic?
No, spherical. Yeah. You know the difference now.
Oh, I know.
So
sometimes it's subtle.
Sometimes it is subtle. So we had Super Speed primes, a lightweight zoom, which was a 15.5 to 45 millimeter zoom range.
Okay.
And then we had a Angenieux Optimo 24 to 290, which we used
we've shot with that a lot.
Like Downey and Febreze. But the big dude, the big bazooka lens. So we had the whole deal. But sometimes, we were running 3 cameras. We were either hard mounting or setting C camera, and it would just sit there and we'd roll it. Or DP would come over and operate it, or Brian, the director, would come over and operate it. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. And you guys, what were you shooting? What was the intake you guys were pulling down? And where's it? How's this going to end up?
Oh,
Was
like the pipeline?
What were the specs? Like, are you shooting?
We were shooting 3.2K, airy. 3.2K. What was it called? ProRes.
Okay.
Jesus, blanking here. All this bourbon.
Yeah.
3.2K ProRes. 4444 XQ. So the highest ProRes compression that you can get nowadays. Not raw, but damn near close.
Yeah. Nice.
And then it would go off to a DIT. He would apply a LUT, a lookup table. He would crop it to 240, 239.
Yep.
So it was like a faux anamorphic deal.
Sure.
And then output dailies for them to check out every night.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So I'm trying to think. If I'm listening right now, I've heard a little bit about DP, a little bit about crew size, camera. What about the director?
Your position?
I was thinking of other people listening. Now my question. So, what was he like to work with? Here's a guy who he's done several. Features, right? That's kind of what he does.
He was great. Well, first of all, his name's Brian Taylor.
Okay.
Fantastic guy. He did Crank with Jason Statham.
Nice.
Where he had to keep his adrenaline going to live.
Yeah.
Crank High Voltage, where he had to zap himself to live. Gamer with Gerard Butler.
Okay.
He did Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance with Nicolas Cage, so the sequel to the Ghost Rider movies. So he does these big FX heavy action-y films in the, I don't know what they are, $20 to $50 million range. They're pretty decent sized films. So him coming down to the $6 million, still with name talent, still with a big DP, still with a decent sized crew, it was kind of working within pretty great restraints for someone like him. This was also his first solo film. So all those other movies that I mentioned, he did with a directing partner.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was always Neville Dean Taylor
that
did this.
So
did all these movies.
He's flying solo.
Flying solo, yeah. Nice. But he was great to work with.
That's awesome.
Like I said, he had very specific ideas of how he wanted, just like Daniel, how he wanted things framed, how he wanted camera movement, all sorts of stuff.
Did he have any quirks that you picked on pretty quick? Like when he said he wanted this or that, you're like, all right, now I know what he means. Did he have something? What were some of his things you picked up on?
What were some of the words he used? Obscured or greedy. He'd say get greedy. Just let's get greedy here. Whether it was
what would that mean? So I'm
example.
I'm gonna guess that get greedy means let's go for as much as you can get out of this.
It had a bunch of different meanings.
Okay, so it was like a jammer.
Yeah, it's kind of like a catch-all term. But I think the first place we noticed it. So we had two cameras rolling, right? A and B operator.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, so I worked with the guy who got me on the job, Spencer Meffert.
Yeah.
Out of Louisville, Kentucky. Great dude. He was our A operator. He also supplied the gear. So he had a wealth of knowledge when it came to the gear and everything. Good operator. He was like the go-to, obviously, as A operator. Yeah. He was the main guy working the DP, or with the director and the DP. And then I would kind of sneak in as B to get an interesting angle or shoot through something or whatever.
Right.
But either way, most of the time we're running two cameras. We have A and B. And Brian, eventually he's just not getting what he wants or whatever. And so he'd say, Spencer, I want you to get greedy on this. Just don't worry about any other cameras. Don't worry about any other actors. Just get greedy. Just give me whatever you can.
So kind of do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing.
That was his.
I trust you.
That was him giving you permission.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's A or B.
I might borrow that.
Yeah, I got to get
Next time we're filming, I'm going to throw one out.
Get greedy.
See if I catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get greedy with that.
So, yeah. But if it was A or B, whoever had an interesting frame that he wanted more of.
Yeah.
Alex, go ahead and get greedy. Spencer, go ahead and get greedy. It's just permission to get up in there and kind of, it was mostly handheld. So it was rock around and do something cool.
I like it. That's good. Yeah. That's cool, man. That's awesome. All right. So let's get into some more interesting questions. What was your biggest challenge for the whole process? Speaking on the whole piece.
Yeah.
You were there. There was travel, long hours, the whole thing. What was the biggest challenge at the end of the day?
The biggest challenge was knowing my role, I would say. So, in the two-camera environment, people run that a few different ways. So it's usually, or sometimes it's, I know I want A camera here on this lens, and I want B camera here on this lens. and we're both on dolly or sticks or whatever, and we're going to run it, and then we're going to punch in. On this one, it was a little different. We know what A camera, what we want that to be, but we kind of have B camera here. We don't know what to do with it. And in the very beginning, there was almost no direction. And this is my first film as an operator, and my first film in 3 or 4 years.
Sure.
I'm sitting here like, what the hell? Am I supposed to wait for what? Or do I just jump in? Are they expecting? What are they expecting?
Yeah, you're waiting to get greedy.
Yeah, and so I just eventually, after the first few takes, started going up and be like, hey, what if I snuck in here on like an 85 or like a 135? Would that interest you? Is that something you'd want? And most times they're like, oh shit, we never even thought of that. Yeah, sneak on in. Yeah, let's do that.
So they started appreciating what you brought to the table.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like a different perspective, maybe a shot they haven't thought of.
Yeah.
Or, somewhere in that. So that was cool. It was tough to be in that, setup, but it was also very rewarding.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because when they eventually bought something that I was selling, it was like, oh, God, that feels good.
Nice. See if it makes the cut.
Yeah.
You'll be like,
see if it makes the cut.
That's my shot.
Yeah. Feels good.
That's good. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, what else is there that you thought was interesting or something that the listeners would want to know about that experience? I mean, a lot went on, a lot happened. Anything that caught you off guard, or anything that was like, I didn't expect that, or I didn't think that would be the case.
Yeah, like as you say that, like all these memories from set are flooding back. Because you're away at this thing for what, 30 days?
Yeah, you were just missing in action.
Yeah, my wife called it clown camp because I told her it was kind of a mix between summer camp and a carnival. So I actually brought her. Actually, funny enough, like I'm gonna get off topic here for a second.
No, it's kind
of. But I brought her on set one day. She'd never been on a movie set.
Right.
Never really been on any of the stuff I filmed.
Right.
She never got to see me work because it was one of those days where they sent me off to do other stuff. So I was shooting car to car, like out the side of a minivan as a police car was driving by. It was kind of cool. But it took a long time to rig, and she had to get back to work before we started. But she showed up, and she was like, oh, hey, how's clown camp going? And then she got to meet the director and the DP, and it was a good time.
Now, did you stay in Louisville?
Yeah.
So you were there like during the week, or?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I came home twice.
Okay.
For one day to say hi to my wife and bye to my wife.
Yeah.
That was about it. Yeah.
That's
so I
crazy.
was down there. I got to experience the city. Go to really good restaurants and just kind of explore a bit.
Did you have? Did you guys? What kind of days were you working?
We worked Sunday through Thursday, so 5-day weeks, and we worked. It was 12-hour days.
12-hour days.
Yeah,
okay.
Typical.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and actually, here's a funny fact. After day, I think 4, on day 4, 5, something like that, it flipped to a union picture from a non-union picture.
Oh.
So talk about challenge.
Yeah.
And talk about a wrench in the iron in the whatever, wrench in the fan, motor.
I like that.
Wrench in the iron.
Ratchet and the hatchet.
Ratchet and the hatchet. Iron in the fire.
Yeah, irons in the fire.
Talk about a pebble in the sea. Whatever.
Rattle in the cage.
Talk about a rattle in your tail.
Rattle in your Nick Cage.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that was a wrench.
Yeah, was that because the finances hit a number that made it flip? Or
yeah. So we had, first of all, like I said, an ASC DP, a big name director, big name talent, and enough money that it should be a union picture.
That they were like, "Whoa, Johnny!
Yeah, like,
come on now.
Your crew members should be getting benefits and health insurance and all that jazz." Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so it flipped, and yeah, there you go.
So, will we see Alexander Elkins in the credits?
You better.
It might happen.
You better.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
Yeah.
And I don't like horror movies.
Yeah.
But I'm watching this one.
I know.
This is the one I'm watching for sure.
This will be better than the Human Caterpillar.
Yeah. God. Oh my gosh. Why did you bring that up? Why did you bring it? So, if you have never heard of this film, today I'm going through my Flipbook feed and I subscribe to some stuff for filmmaking. Is Flipbook or Flipboard? What's it called? Flipboard? Flipboard. If you're on Flipboard, you can follow me at B Ferris. I have a couple boards that you might really like, and I do them every day religiously. So there's good stuff on there. Anyway, I'm looking and I see this article that says like top 5 movies that have been banned in every country, and I'm like, what in the world? Of course, because it's clickbait. And I'm like, all right. So I click on it. And sure enough, I come across the title Human Centipede. And I see a thumbnail and I'm like, oh no. And I did what everyone should never do is click that thumbnail and I watched the trailer and I can never unsee what I saw. And I'm sick to my stomach.
It's funny that the trailer disgusted you that much.
It is so horrible that not only should it be banned from every country, it should be burned. It is just sick.
It's art, man. It's art. You just don't appreciate it.
Lord. Anyways, now I guarantee everyone is going to click and follow the link to watch that film.
Yeah.
And that's on you because I told you not to. I told you not to.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I've seen the actual movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother show. We need to do a show on why people want to watch sadistic, awful horror movies. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's almost I would rather watch a superhero movie than watch a over-the-top, sickening horror film.
I think this is going like way deep, but I think there's an element of catharsis in horror films for people, and things that get resolved on screen that I don't want to say like people have desires or like they're like, oh God, I just want to strangle that guy in the car next to me on the highway,
sure.
Road rage, whatever. And then you watch a horror film, I feel better. I don't
Maybe
know.
I don't know, man.
I think
I don't
this is
know.
me going deep. I think there's an element of that.
Could
in
be.
horror films. Yeah.
Could be. I just don't get it, man. I do not get it. I can do like
but
I can do like Stranger Things. I can do like suspense. I can.
There's nothing deep inside of you that says you want to watch two people get sewn.
Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Stop.
And then fed.
Stop. Oh my God. This is an R-rated episode. It's like rated, non-rated in our X whatever it is.
No.
We can't even talk about this anymore.
We haven't discussed it.
Jeez.
All I've done is hint.
Oh, yes. Speaking of, now that we're on the topic, let's get to some actual stuff that is worth watching.
Sure.
What have you been watching, man?
Look,
you haven't watched anything. Hey, Mom's on the phone. Pull her up. Pull her up. Alex's mom is on the phone.
Hello.
Hey, Mom.
You're on Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon, Mom.
Hey, what's up, Mom? You're on the show.
Oh, hello, Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon. This is the mother, X-ray tech, teacher, wife, mother that was drinking a Frosty.
Oh, nice. Mother's drinking Frosties. There you go.
I know. See, this is what happens on Fridays.
Cool. Well, hello. Everyone says hello from the show.
Hey, Mom. Miss ya.
Well, hello. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about, right now, we just got them talking about horrible horror films and how no one should watch them.
Oh, well, can I put my 2 cents in?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched Svengoolie.
Does anybody know? Hold on. If people don't know what Svengoolie is, can you explain what that is?
So, yes, I can explain what that is. So, Svengoolie is a old-time monster. No, he's not an old-time, but he hosts a program on MeTV on Saturday night that has all the old monster movies on it, like Frankenstein meets the werewolf.
That's in Chicago, right? That's a Chicago thing, right?
It's a Chicago thing, right?
No, actually, it's on MeTV now, so it's all across the United States.
But it used to be.
And I mean, right, if you ever want to see the giant praying mantis, I say do it.
Cool. So you like the good old horror films, not the nasty, disgusting, like torture porn horror films?
No, I don't like torture. I like the old-fashioned, typically black and white, typically Boris Karloff. Sure.
There you go. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we will recommend that to everybody. Svengoolie. Anyway.
If you can get past him. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we love you.
Well, I love all of you, and I think everybody should listen to
Filmmakers drinking bourbon.
Filmmakers drinking bourbon. It's worthwhile.
There you go.
Endorsed by Mom.
Have a great, yes, and all mothers should drink Frosties on Fridays.
There you go.
Hashtag Frosty Friday.
All right, call you later.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's
And
great.
that's my mother, everyone.
That's what happens on the show. You don't turn away Mom and Dad.
No,
They
never.
call, they're getting on the show.
They're
There's
getting
certain
on the
people
show.
who get on the show.
Yeah, moms and dads.
So, oh, jeez.
Anyway,
What we were talking about was watching. You haven't had time to watch anything. You've been making.
what did I watch?
Did you watch anything since you've been done?
Yeah, I've watched The Lobster.
Did you like that? I didn't see it.
I liked it a lot, actually.
Cool. It's on my list.
So
I've heard good things.
Yorgos Lanthimos, Greek director, he's actually in town right now
Oh, yeah?
filming The Killing of a Sacred Deer with Nicole Kidman.
Awesome.
Yeah. So The Lobster was the one he did previously. They got rave reviews, and it's super weird, and it's amazing.
Yeah. It's like a love story, right?
Yeah, the whole premise. So in this society,
In the future.
in this futuristic society, if you become single,
Right.
regardless of how it happens, if
Absolutely.
you become a single human, you check into a hotel.
Yep.
You have 45 days to find a mate, a
Yeah.
suitable partner, and if you don't, you're turned into an animal of your choosing.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems right.
It's really out there.
That's
but
the way
it's really
the world
good.
should be.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a population control thing?
I don't know
Or
what
no?
it is.
It's just a weird thing.
They never explain it.
Huh.
So, but it's Colin Farrell.
Don't choose centipede.
Or a human centipede. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
Really good movie, though. You should watch it.
All right. What
The
else?
Lobster.
What else have you seen?
What else have I seen? Suicide Squad.
Good?
We went to that.
Worth the hype?
No.
No?
No.
First of all, it's in the superhero movie category.
I typically like
Strike
superhero
one.
movies. This was bad.
Got a lot of hype on the front end.
Like, really
A
bad.
lot of hype on the front end.
Yeah. I mean,
Even Jared Leto
in
wasn't
terms of storytelling,
good? Was Jared good?
it's different.
Huh.
You could see elements of where he tried to pull from past Jokers,
As in Heath Ledger
kind of.
and his greatness.
But then the over-the-top costuming, I wasn't a fan. But just the storytelling aspect. Characters would pop up and then be killed off in a matter of like 5 minutes. Be like, oh, there's so-and-so, the guy that can blah, 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 blah,
Sure.
blah. And then 3 scenes later, he's dead.
Yeah.
And you don't care. No, you don't get to care about anybody.
It was like but it was like a big Comic-Con crack for a while. Like everybody was like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it was supposed to be pretty good, but good soundtrack. That's about it. You know, it was it's like an hour and a half long music video.
Surprise! Look, you come back from your shoot and you're a changed man. No superhero
Look
action.
what Mr. Cage did to me. Yeah,
Nice.
craziness.
That's awesome, man.
What about you? What have you watched?
Well, I want to talk about The Get Down.
Sure. Get down with your bad self.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Really? You were so hyped about it.
Oh, I was ready. Subject matter is right up my alley. I was so excited to discover the birth of hip-hop. Boz directing. You know, you're talking about
Baz Luhrmann?
Yeah, you're talking about Moulin Rouge, and you're talking about Romeo and Juliet. So I knew it was going to be over-the-top art direction, big scenes.
Is it a musical?
No, but there's music in it. There's musicality in it, but I wouldn't call it a musical. So, but I'll tell you what, the pilot fell pretty flat pretty quick.
Really?
And I'll tell you a couple things I don't like about it and a couple things I love about it. The cast, love.
Yeah.
Cast is awesome. Storyline is 50-50 for me, and it's either love or hate. They open up the show in the future where they have this kid who's a rapper, and he's kind of like a Jay-Z character, all in black, on stage in a modern-day arena, and he's, quote, rapping about the past. And the past is his story of his upbringing, which is the show The Get Down. And so each episode starts off with a, quote, freestyle rap on stage that recaps the last episode. And I believe all those were written by like Nas, since he's an executive producer.
Cool.
And it's corny.
Really?
Yeah, it's just corny, and you're like, that's pretty corny. So that was a strike against it. But once you got into the actual show of the actual characters, then it's like thumbs up. Like, I'm loving it. The storyline's building. Some cool things are happening. Will Smith's son, Jaden, he's great. He plays this really interesting character, I think. The main character, the main kid, is awesome. He's amazing. And then there's a character named Shaolin who's like a graffiti artist, and he's played by the guy who was the lead in Dope. And
that kid was awesome.
Yeah, and he's awesome in this. He's awesome in this.
The movie's amazing.
Grandmaster Flash is in it. Big Hurt is in it. There's some really great stuff, and there's the way they're showing like how like the DJ started like, you know, scratching on the breakbeat is really fun. There's a sense of sort of like martial arts of like becoming the master, you know, the Zen master sort of thing. Some really cool things, some cool bad guys, some great dance scenes, and Jimmy Smits plays a slumlord who is awesome. He was in Sons of Anarchy. He's a character actor. You've seen him before.
Jimmy Smits. I gotta look him
Jimmy
up.
Smits. Jimmy Smits. He's been on a bunch of crime shows. Just type in The Get Down and look for Jimmy.
Get Down.
Yeah, you'll know when you see him.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
So he's great. There's a lot of really cool things happening. The other thing besides the intros and the recaps, the other thing I didn't really
he's great.
like too much was they tried to blur the lines between real documentary found footage of New York in the 70s where they're showing like, you know, actual subway cars with graffiti and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're intercutting it with this footage that they've shot and art directed.
It doesn't match.
It doesn't match.
Yeah.
So it's close, and once you let go and you just give yourself to the show, it doesn't bother you as much. But for the first 3 episodes, I was just like, "Oh, guys, why'd you do that?" You know, it was just like gross because it was like you could totally tell what was like new shot and what was not, and what was composited. Now, there's other times where they do some really great compositing. They do some cool stuff with the titles of each show. They're like some graffiti on the trains.
Yeah,
that stuff looks really good. Actually, one of the guys in our Slack group, he's one of the VFX like editors, assists, or editors or whatever on the show. So
Josh Reese?
I think so. But anyway,
you know a funny story?
Well, me and him have chatted about this. So everything I'm saying about the show, me and him kind of chatted about.
Yeah, we went to college together.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Where did he post about that? Do you know? I remember seeing something.
It's me and him had like a big aside conversation, and I'm going to get him on the show to talk about it, and we'll talk more about it. So I don't want to eat up all our time just talking about that. But I did, since I have been hyping it up, I did want to address it, that it's. But here's the thing for me: the final episode, the final scene, the final episode pays off Boz, pays off the show, pays off the cast, and makes you say, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
Yeah.
But it takes you 6 episodes to get to that moment.
Okay.
But the final scene is just glorious, and so I think the next set that they release in 2017, the next 7 episodes, I think they're going to be amazing. So
I'll have to check it out. I mean, it's
worth watching, but I know a couple people who had a really hard time, and so they turned it off at like the pilot or like within episode 3. Here's what I would say. I would say if you love hip hop, stick it through. If you don't like hip hop, move on. That's what I would say. Because if you love hip hop and you stick it through, you're going to get the payoff and you're going to love it.
It just takes a while.
If you don't like hip hop, just go on to something else.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's good.
Speaking of good shows that people are really into nowadays, did we talk? I mean, it's been a month since I've seen you, so I don't even remember like what your last name is. But did you watch Stranger Things?
I'm on episode 3. I haven't had time to finish it.
You got to watch that.
I know.
I want
it's
to
great.
talk about all of it.
It's unbelievable. The sound design's amazing. The acting's great. Winona Ryder, come on. She's killing it. The intro's phenomenal.
The intro music
is
like,
just great.
You could put that on a repeat and just...
No, absolutely. We can talk about it. I mean, just don't get past episode 3 for me.
No, that's all I wanted to say.
I think 11 is a great character.
Yeah.
Love her.
Oh, she's good.
The boys are great. I just think it's overall...
The kid with the lisp and the like palette thing, he's
amazing.
Fantastic.
They basically were like, okay, take E.T., Goonies, Stand By Me, and every other 80s movie, put it in a jar, shake it up, and then let's call it Stranger Things. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really good. So I've been watching that too.
I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah, I hear good things there. I watched episode 2 of Ballers, and I still like it. I can't believe season 2. I can't believe I'm still watching this show. A, I don't follow football anymore.
Yeah.
B, I don't think Dwayne Johnson's like amazing.
I think he's great.
And I don't really love like I'm not like super into like sports films.
Mm-hmm.
I love this show. It's really good. They really connected with the audience to these characters, and it's crazy. I love it. I think it's good.
Oh,
So I've been
I
watching
still have yet
that.
to watch that one, but I do like The Rock, and I like the premise of it. So seems
So
like
that was
interesting.
cool. What else have I watched, man? I've been
Any movies?
Jeez.
You're all about the TV shows.
Well, recently I've been watching a lot of TV shows.
Yeah. Movies.
By the way,
Films.
the Chef's Table season 2 is out.
I know. I haven't seen it. Don't say anything.
The first episode's awesome.
All right, did they release the whole thing at once?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome.
I'm going to go and watch that tonight.
So that's good. Films, man. What have I seen? What have I?
You probably don't get to the theaters often.
No, I haven't been in
kids.
theaters in forever. The last, to be honest, off the top of my head, I can't.
Anything
think.
with JP?
No, I have not watched anything with JP. Man, I said I was gonna delve into Spike Lee and have yet to start that. I've got it dialed up. Do the right things, ready to go.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it. But
You just haven't done
it's
the right
on my.
thing. You've done the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
I've done the wrong thing. It's on my to-do list. My son got sick. There's a lot of kid movies going on.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
I don't know, man.
Is he back to normal?
I might think. Yeah, he's good.
Did you get it?
No, actually, I had a moment where I thought I had it,
And then you had a glass of bourbon, and now you're
and
fine.
it passed. I was fine. So,
Kills everything, dude.
anyways, so
Except
yeah, that's
for
it.
your soul. It elevates the soul.
Exactly. So no, I haven't really.
Huh.
I haven't really.
Any
nothing I can
desires
think
to
of.
see anything coming out? And you're like,
there's-
oh my
yeah,
god,
tons
that
of
trailer
stuff.
looks.
Yeah, I mean,
I can
so
think of-
I got a lot of stuff on my Flipboard. I have a Flipboard called Film Queue,
yeah.
and it's just full of awesome stuff that I want to watch, but I just haven't had time.
I can think of one off the top of my head that I keep seeing the trailer for that looks amazing. Is Sully,
Yes, that looks pretty good.
the new Eastwood film with
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
That does look pretty good.
I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
'Cause first of all, I love Clint Eastwood as a director. I think his films are fantastic. They're to the point,
Sure.
not overdone.
He
But
gets
then Tom Hanks is great.
Yeah. The other thing I've been watching,
Yeah.
season 2 Narcos.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I haven't started it.
dude, I've never loved a bad guy so much
Season
in my
one
life.
was unbelievable.
I love Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
I love him.
You'd befriend him?
Well, I mean, he does such a good job of being so bad
Yeah.
and so likable
That's the
that
issue.
you
You want to root for him.
root for him
Yeah.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great.
That actor is unbelievable. The Brazilian actor, I forget what his name
Yeah,
is.
he's the real deal.
He's killing it.
Yeah. So that's all.
Did you read the story about him?
About him or
No, he had
about
to-
Escobar?
The actor, how he had to learn Colombian and
No.
gained like 40 pounds and
Yeah, I know he put on a lot of
he
weight.
only spoke Portuguese beforehand. He didn't even know how to
It's crazy.
speak the language. And then after season 2, he had to lose all that weight and get ready for his next movie role.
That's crazy. That's Wagner Mora.
Wagner?
Wagner Mora, I believe that's how you say it.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's been in some good stuff.
Yeah, I will say a movie, we probably talked about it a long time ago, but a movie that he was in before Narcos that everyone should see is Elite Squad: The Enemy Within.
Yeah.
Go watch that. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a
what I
Brazilian
heard.
movie, cop drama. A little violent, you shouldn't have the kids around, but
The
it's
other
really, really
one
good.
that was really good that a lot of people maybe missed was called Trash.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Really, really good. And Martin Sheen was in it. And it's about these kids who come across, in the trash, they come across this thing that's very valuable and very high profile.
You
And
don't know what it is?
basically, these people that are looking, I don't want to give it away. Basically, these people that are looking for it, they go to this slum where the trash was being like divided up for like recycling.
Yeah.
And they tear the place up because they're like, who has this? And then they figure out some kids have it, and then the movie takes off. It's phenomenal.
Wow. Does
Yeah.
he play one of the bad guys?
I don't want to say.
Ah,
Just go see Trash.
All right.
Or download Trash or watch Trash. It's good.
I'll find it.
So what else is new, man? What's anything popping in the gear world, in the techie news world? I mean, there was what about the new Canon?
What we thought
The
was a rumor.
C700.
We thought it was a rumor for the longest time.
It's a thing, right?
Turns out to be true. Yeah, C700. So
What do you think?
we'll
What are
see.
your thoughts?
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Specs of current digital cinema cameras. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Does it have specs that can
special.
compete with a Red and an Alexa?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got the same specs.
Yeah, it's got the same sensor as the C300 Mark II, so which they claim 15 plus stops of dynamic range.
Sure.
But it's got different processing, I guess, raw capabilities. It's made a modular design for cinema applications for, you have an AC and the whole sound department and everything. It's not run and gun by any means. So I'm eager to get some hands on it and kind of see what it's up.
Well, I like it because it's got a Canon on it.
Yeah, Canon.
You know me.
Yeah, that's C.
I like it. I like a Canon.
Yeah, so that's cool. The footage that's come out.
Oh, by the way,
it's not
side note.
Amazing. What?
I got my hands on a Blackmagic.
Which one?
The other day. I was doing some consulting.
Okay.
And there was a client that had a Blackmagic, like the original,
boxy one. Yeah, the
boxy one,
the cinema camera,
as an internal camera. And I'm not sure why they had it. And of course they didn't.
It was cheap.
And of course they didn't know how to use it.
$1,000.
Of course they didn't understand how to use it. But I didn't realize how limited those settings are. Mm-hmm. It's like a kid's toy.
Yeah.
Not its capabilities in picture, but its functionality was like film or video.
Yes.
A or B.
Yes.
And it was like
24 frames or 30 frames.
It was kind of, I don't know, man. I didn't like the ergonomics. Anyway. Hopefully they've improved.
Glad you said that.
Other people, I'm sure people love it, and there's a lot of fanboys in the Blackmagic world, but that camera I do not get.
You can get a good image out of it. So. But yeah, the ergonomics and the menu systems are really weird. Not a fan. I
am wanting to get my hands on a C300 Mark II.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I like to dabble.
Used it once.
Like to dabble on that thing a little
for
a minute.
One time.
Feel like a true pro for a second.
Yeah. It's a good one.
But yeah, all that stuff here's the thing. All that other stuff, like, I'm leaving to you guys.
The Alexa Mini.
I'm leaving to you kids. You can have that.
Mini.
Yeah. I just want to look at that from a distance.
I love the Mini.
I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to break it.
Dude, that thing is so feature packed.
Yeah.
It's the best value of any camera out there right
great.
now. You can do anamorphic, high speed, raw, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
So anyway, aside from the C700, what else is popping?
Well, there's that new red one that we talked about, the
grenade, the atomic bomb,
their weapon.
Red.
Thing? No. They announced a new sensor called Helium, which is an 8K Super 35 sensor.
Getting into Earth elements now.
Yeah, helium. Lighter than air.
Nice.
Elevate your mind, whatever their slogan is for it. But it's still Super 35, so you don't need large format glass to cover the sensor.
It only shoots comedy, like with high-pitched voices.
Anyway, so they have that. They have a collaboration with Panasonic in the Digital Millennium XL or whatever, DXL, which is kind of crazy. So it uses a 8K sensor in medium format Panavision glass, and it looks pretty insane. But I will never get my hands on that, so I don't even know why I'm talking about it.
What about there's people now starting to get their hands on the Osmos, which we saw at NAB.
Those are cool.
People are excited to toy around with those little guys.
That new camera, the X5, has you can record RAW on it, and people are mounting that to drones.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about drones at lunch.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. The camera looks great. It's a micro 4/3, so you can actually get a kind of shallow depth of field.
Sweet.
Interchangeable lenses, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. We were talking about drones, and I was saying how I actually got some good time out flying my 3DR Solo.
Yeah.
Love it.
You were using what's the feature called?
Well, they have multiple features: cable cam, orbit. They have
you
zip
were trying
line.
to explain it.
They've got a lot of stuff, dude. I've seen it. I watched the videos, but like anything in life, until you get your hands on something and experience it firsthand, you don't understand. This thing is so beautifully designed, so user-friendly, and it gets such a great image. You don't have to use warp stabilizer. You don't have to use any sort of stabilization. It just works that good. It's great. So we were able to set an A point on a shot, which is, access 180 degrees, say, and pointing straight at whatever altitude, say 200 feet. And then we'd fly to our B position, which might be 300 feet with camera position 2 and access 90 degrees rotation and hit B, and then literally you just hit the play arrow and it will fly reverse back to A point. So now you've got that move backwards.
Yeah.
And then you hit it again when you're at your A point and it flies the move to the B, and it literally it just does it. It just rotates everything. It gives you the shot you want, which would have caused you to have a separate operator for camera and a separate operator to fly. It just does it all. You can literally take your hands off of it. Like physically, you can not hold the controls if you wanted to.
That blows my mind.
It's amazing.
It's a thinking drone.
It's amazing.
How long until they rebel?
Exactly. Well, South Dakota just put guns on them, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you were telling
Pretty
me?
insane, right? Yeah, there's a news article from the Independent
Armed drones.
UK newspaper. I don't know how reliable it is, but yeah, they said North Dakota became the first state to legalize armed drones for police work.
Which is crazy. You think it would have been Texas.
Right? But no, it's the Dakotas.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Aren't they the ones
they're crazy up there.
with the pipeline thing?
They got pipelines, they got militias, they got
But no, I mean
a lot of stuff
recently.
going on.
Like
Yeah.
the North Dakota Access Pipeline.
They're trying to push it into Illinois.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
Or Missouri.
And so
And there's
I
people-
think Jill Stein.
The native peoples are saying, hey, sacred grounds.
Well, there's a warrant out for Jill Stein's arrest
Wow.
from the Green Party. She, I guess, spray painted local, public works bulldozer
Yeah.
with a message and
Devils or something like that.
something stupid. And they're like, oh, now you vandalize public property.
Yeah.
You're going to be arrested.
That's what happens. Sometimes you got to do that. You got to stand
Presidential
up for what you
candidate.
You got to stand up for what you believe in.
Warrant out for arrest.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
So, anyways,
yeah.
no new gear, no new anything you're hearing about. Did they have the European show, the European NAB?
IBC.
Do they have that yet?
Yeah, it's going on right now, actually. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
A bunch of people are posting photos.
So
from
tune in and see what's being released. All
It's
that
called IBC.
jizzy
Yeah.
jazz. And what else?
it. Whoa! And
Human caterpillar.
to-
Human.
change
Centipede.
the subject. Talking about gear. And anyway, yeah, there's actually some new lenses really.
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why. I don't know why that came out.
Oh god.
Oh,
this is what happens when you get us
good.
together.
Sometimes you just can't control.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be the one that keeps us
Oh,
on
wow.
topic here. So Sigma, you know that brand, right?
Lenses.
Lenses. We're gonna get back into it. Sigma.
Yeah.
They have a set of
Primes?
Cine Primes, but they just announced a set of Cine Zooms.
Really?
Yeah,
Now,
T2.
They're
T2.
traditionally considered like a lesser lens brand, right?
Lower cost, yeah,
Lower
for sure.
cost.
Which still, they have an 18 to 35 lens from back in the day that people still love. They say it's one of the sharpest zooms out there. But now they're making a set of cinema-specific zoom lenses with pitched gear rings and
Wow.
the whole 9 yards.
They're
Constant
getting in the
aperture,
game.
Everything, yeah. Giving Zeiss a run for their money, honestly.
Wow.
So they're going to be lower cost, still good quality, T2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So in terms of gear, that's the only thing I'm really kind of interested in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've got a couple new things added to the kit. Of course, the Cineo Phosphor Maverick.
You bought two, though, right? Maverick
No.
and the...
Well, I got the little Matchbox guy
Oh.
too.
Yeah. I still haven't seen that. Is it
I
good?
mean, either. It hadn't come in yet.
Oh.
But I bought the little, the custom-sized Chimera for it.
Chimera?
Chimera.
Is that your
Chimera.
Chicago coming out?
Yeah.
Chimera.
So that
Get you a Chimera.
that's coming. I bought some of the blue shape batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Was
quality.
really impressed with those at NAB, so I added a couple of those to
Shout
the kit.
out to John Morgan at Blue Shape.
Yeah, I added a couple of those to the kit, and
Yeah. Did you get the granite ones or whatever? The indestructible?
I don't know.
Are they all
I'm
indestructible?
not sure. I think they're all indestructible.
They're all indestructible. You can
And I
teach
got.
them
I
anything.
finally added something to the kit that you're going to be happy about. I'll give you a hint.
Airy Alexa Mini.
I'll give you a hint.
Huh.
It blocks light.
A dumb PA.
No, I do have one of those. No,
What?
blocks light.
Duvetine.
There you go. We never had it in the kit. Finally, I was like, you know, why don't we have this? So I think I got like either a 6 or an 8 footer.
That's awesome. Just a piece of scrap Duvetine?
No, like a nice Matthews, like.
Oh, like solid.
Like grommets and stuff.
Yeah. So you can rig it.
It's like a thing, yeah.
Wow,
we're a professional operation now. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, that does make me actually really happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Run and gun situations
where you're just like,
or block out
yeah.
That's good.
So
good job.
And I got the AVX
wireless
AVX wireless lapel kit.
So no more running cables.
Well, I mean, we still have 2 really nice sank-in lavs.
And you can't
if
use
we're
them with that?
sitting down.
But you can't use them with the AVX system?
Well, why would you when you got the mic that's with it?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
This is me not knowing how it works.
The AVX mic that comes with it is a really nice, But
you can't attach the Sankin to the audio wireless thing?
Maybe? I'm not sure. But the way our Sankins are wired, they're wired mics. They're not, you couldn't just hot swappable.
Oh, gotcha.
So we got that. So now if we need to do some walk and talks or any of that stuff, it's in the kit.
You're set. How many do you have, 2?
Just one.
Just one?
So, slow.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
I mean, look, it's, again, we keep an in-house kit that's lean and mean, and it gets the job done for branded content, brand trailers, that sort of thing. When we got to shoot commercials, we bring out the big boys.
Or Indiegogo pitch videos like our film Kill Game.
Yeah. Speaking of Kill Game, what the heck? Everyone's wondering where it's at, where it's going on. And
you dropped a little sneak peek on the Slack group.
Yes, they saw the trailer. We have a trailer.
People saw the trailer.
That actually kind of, for as short as it is, it works really hard. It actually does a really good job of
I like it.
Grabbing you.
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting.
It's a nice little
You don't
bit.
really know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Enough intrigue.
You can't cut a 3-minute trailer with a 20-minute film. It just gives away the film.
Ridiculous.
So we've got the trailer, the sound design, and all that's being done by Adam and Bart here at Sound Images.
What's funny is in our studio, in Studio B here, Bart was telling me when I walked in, there's a table. There's
it's
a plastic table here.
It is literally a Foley table.
With a cloth on it. And underneath that cloth is, he was describing as the plates and knives setup.
Yeah, and weapons.
Yeah. So when he's banging his hand
By
on
the way,
table,
did you listen to the Stapler vs. Gun episode?
No, not yet.
It was so good.
Dude, I haven't had time.
We played a game with Bart called Stapler or Gun.
Really?
Because a lot of gun noises are made with staplers, according to Adam. And so Adam had the stapler, I had the gun, and we would make a noise, and then we'd say stapler or gun, and then
Bart would
would guess.
How many did you get right?
It was 3. Yeah. It was a great episode.
3 out of 4? Oh, nice.
It was a great episode.
Wow, I got to check that out. Yeah, I saw.
We'll have to play it again sometime and get somebody else on.
I'll guess.
Yeah,
I'll be the guesser. Yeah, a lot of people on Slack actually chimed in and a couple other outlets, and they really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. But the film. So we've got we've got a grade. The trailer's graded.
Yes.
So
we should have
soon
that this
enough
weekend.
we'll have a public release,
for
and
the
we'll get it out there. Everybody can see the trailer, get them excited, and then we'll move into actually getting all the sound design, sound score for the whole film, and the color grade for the whole film.
Yeah.
And we're close.
Soon. Dude,
we're
so
close.
close. Which is good because all these the early bird deadlines, early bird bedlines for all of the bestables are coming up fast. So yeah, we're gonna get in the early bird deadline for the festival, which is good.
It's fun, man. Yeah. So it's good. I'm excited.
Then we'll see if people actually enjoy it.
It's been a long time coming. Yeah,
it could just be something that we're like, oh yeah, it's great,
and everyone's like, this is horrible.
This is terrible.
Which is fine. Whatever.
People should quit their job.
Yeah, that's a part of the deal.
So bad.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's been fun catching up.
Yeah, it really has.
And I'm so glad you're back. And I know everybody loves to hear the stories you bring from set.
I'll see you in another 5 weeks.
Yeah, see you later. And I'm really excited about the coming episodes and what we're chatting about. And we've got some great projects going on.
There's a lot to come.
On our side over at Lee Frame.
You're hustling like no other.
We are hustling right now. We've got a lot of explainer videos in the hopper, which are interesting if you're into that. And I've got 2 film productions in development / pre-pro, and I've got a couple in development and a couple nice ones. If they land, you're going to be having a lot of fun with your buddies and your toys and all that stuff.
I love how it's my buddies and my toys. Has nothing to do with the final product at all.
You know what I mean?
I want you to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's,
I'm kidding.
So,
I do enjoy it, but it's all project specific.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Awesome.
Lots to do.
So we'll see. We got a lot to share, a lot of things happening, and I know you've got other projects coming up that are interesting.
Yeah, I'm always, like you, hustling, just trying to expand kind of my own personal network and market.
Sure.
Got some stuff in Nashville coming up, some music stuff, and trying to get into Chicago, Detroit, and LA and New York. Yeah.
Doing it. Cool, man. Well, keep up the good work. It was good chatting with you.
Yeah.
If you are listening, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a couple weeks. And if you are...
We're back!
Yeah, we're back. If you're looking to get further involved in the community, you can always join the Slack group. Go to fdbpodcast.com.
But don't slack off when you do it.
Look for the colorful hashtag. Follow that
Actually
logo.
be involved, yes.
Follow that logo and join up, interact online. Otherwise, always follow and interact with us at FTB Podcast on Twitter, Instagram are the places to be. And last but not least, please, if you enjoy the show, if you like hearing our chit-chat about films and gear and all that sort of stuff, and you like being a part of that conversation, please go to iTunes and search Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon, and we would love you to give us a wonderful rating and review. 5-star is always great.
That's how people know we're good.
Written review,
Otherwise they have no idea.
Always great. Right now we're at like 62.
Really?
62.
Dude, I got to go back and read them.
62 reviews, and we're still 4.5-star. I want to be a 5-star podcast.
You're a 5-star podcast in my heart, Brandon.
I know, but we are 1.5 star away. So if you're listening out there, if you happen chance across this podcast, if you maybe haven't gotten all the way in, look, here's my thing to you. Be the 0.5 star.
You can.
Be the 0.5 star. Go
that
out.
doesn't mean give us a 0.5 star review.
No. Give us a review. Help us get to a 5-star podcast. Tell your friends,
Here's
your
another
mom,
thing,
your dad,
though, too.
your aunt, your uncle.
Here's another thing, too. You can always go back and re-rate. So if you gave us a 1-star previously and
Double rate.
we did something that you didn't like and we've since changed,
Yeah.
and now you enjoy it, go back.
Yeah, go
you
back.
You can change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good question. We still don't know who the 1 star is.
There's a 1-star.
We've got a 1 star.
holding us back.
And we've called you out like when it happened, and we asked you to come on the show. Mm-hmm. We were going to interview you and say why.
Why?
And you've failed to show your face. So I'm calling you out publicly. If you are Mr. 1 star,
the shadow star.
If you are the shadow star who is keeping us from being a 5-star podcast, please reach out to us. You know how to do it. Go to ftbpodcast.com. Email us.
We just want to hear your thoughts
at
brother.
ftbpodcast@gmail.com. Show yourself.
Why?
Show yourself.
Reveal thyself, shadow star.
All right. It's been a great show. And as always, my friend,
All right. Cheers.
It's been a long time since we've done this. Cheers. This podcast was recorded live at Sound Images Studio. Find out more at soundimages.com.